And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment.
The FBI has made a surprising discovery that ties Oprah Winfrey to Diddy's ongoing legal issues, leaving Hollywood in disbelief. This news raises serious questions about Winfrey, who has long been seen as an untouchable icon thanks to her immense influence and power. Allegations of trafficking and exploitation linked to Diddy now seem to connect to her as well. There have been rumors for years about how Oprah is not what she seems, and that there's something sinister behind that loving mask. This watershed moment might just be her end as well. Let's dig deeper and see what unfolds. To understand why some people believe Oprah Winfrey isn't all she appears to be, it's important to consider a few key points. Even before any major accusations surfaced, she was accused of being a bully who doesn't quite live up to her public persona of kindness. One incident that reignited this debate was an interview with the Olsen twins that resurfaced, showcasing Oprah's invasive and unsympathetic demeanor, particularly given that the twins were just teenagers at the time. During the interview, Oprah pushed them on sensitive topics, such as their body image, which left many viewers feeling uneasy. "Yeah, you know people are going to write what they want to write," one of the twins said, seemingly trying to brush off the criticism. "We try not to read the good or the bad because it just kind of comes with the territory. You know, either you're too fat, you're too skinny, and people are just going to write what they want." This moment stood out, especially considering that later that year, Mary-Kate Olsen sought treatment for an eating disorder. The horror on both sisters' faces during the interview spoke volumes, making Oprah's laughter come off as tone-deaf and out of touch. Monique, the actress known for her outspoken nature, has accused both Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey of blackballing her from the entertainment industry. Her claims have gained traction, especially after Perry openly admitted to ensuring that she wasn't hired for certain projects. Monique went as far as to allege that Oprah had been stealing roles that were originally offered to her. However, the turning point in her relationship with Oprah came when the talk show host invited Monique's family, including her brother who had sexually assaulted her, onto her show without any prior consultation. Monique learned about this arrangement only shortly before the episode aired, leaving her feeling blindsided and betrayed. "I felt an obligation to let Oprah know how I really felt," Monique stated. "This is why I have a problem with her. It's still there, and until she publicly apologizes to me, it will remain with me for the rest of my life. What she did was malicious and intentional. It was ugly." When asked what she would say to Oprah if she were watching, Monique replied, "Oprah, you know what you need to do. Stop hiding behind what you call negative comments. You keep saying, 'Oh, I don't even deal with things like that,' but people are beginning to see you for who you really are. Let them know what you said." But Monique was quick to clarify her stance. "What my husband taught me a long time ago is that an apology isn't just something you give because someone else thinks you owe it. It has to come from what you truly feel. Oprah, I do think you did something wrong," she insisted. "You maliciously intended to have my parents on your show without telling me. Was that for ratings? It really felt like you were exploiting the situation. Were you just using me?" In the realm of Hollywood, there are some sisters in this business who are truly be it bout it. That night, Regina King and Angela Basset were in attendance, but amidst the camaraderie, a more troubling connection loomed, one that linked them all to the notorious Harvey Weinstein. While many actresses have bravely spoken out against the rampant issue of sexual assault in the industry, a critical examination of their associations reveals a deeper complexity. Take Angela Basset, for example. She has often been praised for her powerful Oscar speeches that address the struggles women face with sexual violence. However, critics have pointed out her long history of collaboration with Weinstein, raising questions about her silence regarding his actions during their working relationship. Despite the gravity of the situation, Basset opted to frame her comments in broader terms, describing the situation as a watershed moment, without directly calling out Weinstein. The fallout from the allegations against Weinstein, particularly with over 50 women coming forward, marks a significant turning point in the industry. This isn't just a personal issue, it's a collective awakening. Many women in Hollywood are now confronting a torrent of repressed emotions, pain, anger, guilt, and suffering that have long been buried. Just the other day on set, she encountered several actresses who had been working tirelessly without sleep for days. Their exhaustion was palpable, and as she engaged them, it became clear that they were grappling with symptoms akin to PTSD. "I realize that everyone has a story," she reflected. "This is a watershed moment. If we confine this discussion solely to Harvey Weinstein, we risk losing the essence of what's unfolding. This isn't just about one man. It's about a pervasive culture that has silenced women across all industries. Many women have navigated their careers with a disease-to-please mentality, feeling that to keep their jobs or advance in their positions, they must smile through the discomfort, overlook inappropriate comments, and ignore unwanted advances." Just days after Oprah publicly supported the victims in the wake of the Harvey Weinstein allegations, singer Seal took to Instagram with a provocative post that encapsulated the growing scrutiny of Winfrey's past connections. In his post, Seal shared a meme that featured a photo of Oprah kissing Weinstein, accompanied by the biting caption, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution." This moment sparked a collective awareness, as it challenged the narrative that Oprah, a figure often perceived as a champion for the oppressed, could simultaneously be linked to the very issues she claims to combat. Seal's commentary continued, drawing attention to Oprah's past association with Weinstein. "Please welcome Seal, the 54-year-old who's appeared on Oprah's show," he quipped, highlighting the irony of their relationship. "Oh, I forgot, that's right. You'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses. My bad." Rose McGowan, an actress known for being one of the first voices against Harvey Weinstein, has recently turned her attention to Oprah Winfrey, accusing her of abandoning victims of sexual abuse. McGowan didn't hold back, labeling Oprah as fake as they come. In a pointed tweet, Rose called out Oprah for her past connections with controversial figures. She wrote, "From being pals with Harvey Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come." To provide some context, music producer Russell Simmons has faced accusations of rape from at least 15 women. Last year, Oprah withdrew from a documentary that aimed to shed light on these allegations, reportedly due to disagreements with the filmmakers. Regarding her former friendship with Harvey Weinstein, Oprah has claimed that she was unaware of the sexual assault allegations against him. She stated that while she knew he had a reputation for being a bully, she had no idea of the extent of his actions. Just to jog your memory, Kevin Hart is an old friend of Diddy and has strong ties to both Oprah and Tyler Perry. In fact, Hart once remarked that Oprah loves him more than anyone else in the world. It's clear that this group has a lot of connections. Hart even appeared in that infamous video where Diddy jokingly mentioned how he and the singer fight over Frosted Flakes. One thing that really stands out to me is Justin Bieber's situation. Do you remember the video with Kevin Hart? It's a bit unsettling because Hart makes a comment about waking up next to Bieber, then quickly pivots to say they'd just be fighting over Frosted Flakes. You can sense the discomfort even in Hart's tone. It's awkward to think about him admitting to sharing a bed with someone so much younger. It's frustrating to see these kinds of stories brushed off with laughter when they deserve serious attention. The atmosphere was light and playful as Kevin Hart reminisced about his longtime friendship with Diddy. He joked that Diddy looked like he had just stepped off a plane, straight from the guard stage. "That's my brother right there," he said, reflecting on their history. We go way back to when he was just 10 years old and I was a little older. We would literally fight over the frosted flakes. I mean, we didn't even have the word pause back then. Kevin chuckled at the memory, recalling how they used to wrestle for the cereal in the mornings. He'd wake up early just to get to them first. Now look at him. He's one of the richest men in the world. But seriously, what just came out of Puff's mouth? Nobody's going to talk about how he said we used to wrestle over frosted flakes while we're streaming live? That was just ridiculous. As they continued joking around, Kevin also noted some strange timing surrounding Diddy's recent troubles. Hey, did you notice that I closed all my restaurants just days before Diddy got arrested? People are raising eyebrows about that, he said, acknowledging the speculation. For those who don't know, I just shut down all 4 of my vegan restaurants in California after only 2 years, and they were doing great. Even Kim Kardashian was tweeting about how amazing my meatless burgers were. So yeah, it's definitely worth thinking about. The PBD podcast has taken a deep dive into the shocking revelations surrounding Diddy's recent arrest, discussing tapes that may hold incriminating evidence of his involvement in serious criminal activities. As federal investigations ramp up, sources suggest that these tapes could implicate other high-profile individuals alongside Diddy, raising significant alarm in Hollywood. Many in the industry are left wondering just how far-reaching this misconduct might be and which other powerful figures could be exposed. The podcast underscores the gravity of the situation, hinting that these tapes could have the potential to upend the music and entertainment industries. Listeners are left pondering whether these revelations might take down more major names in Hollywood. As part of this unfolding drama, a new lawsuit is set to unveil a list of Diddy's alleged accomplices. Attorney Tony Busby, representing the victims, has come forward with bombshell claims, stating that the forthcoming lawsuits will name names beyond just Sean Combs. He assured everyone that the list will be shocking. The day will come when we reveal other names, he said, emphasizing that many individuals are involved. Busby made it clear, "We're going to make damn sure we're right before we do that." He also shared that the lawsuit includes incidents dating back to 1991, involving allegations of sexual abuse, with some of the youngest victims in the Diddy case being just 9 years old. These allegations are part of a far-reaching scandal involving over 120 accusers, both male and female, who have come forward with claims of physical misconduct, trafficking, and manipulation that span several decades. The alleged mistreatment took place during events like auditions at Bad Boy Records, where minors were reportedly promised record deals in exchange for their silence. This shocking revelation has horrified the public and raised serious concerns about the unchecked power Diddy and his associates have wielded in the industry. We now represent 120 individuals who are preparing to file civil claims against Sean Combs, one of the attorneys stated. While the attorney acknowledged the shocking nature of the victims' ages at the time of the incidents, they chose not to focus on that aspect. It's important to note that the youngest victim when the conduct occurred was just 9 years old. We have individuals who were 14 and 15 years old. In fact, 25 of the 120 plaintiffs were minors at the time of the alleged acts. The time frame of these incidents is extensive, stretching from 1991 all the way to this year, 2024. The staggering number of alleged victims can be traced back to more than 25 years of misconduct. For years, many have felt the weight of Oprah Winfrey's significant influence in Hollywood. Her reach extends well beyond her iconic talk show, with numerous insiders claiming she has the power to make or break careers. This pervasive fear has cultivated a culture of silence around her. Few dare to speak out, and many cancel interviews to avoid the risk of being blacklisted by Oprah. Who wants to find themselves on the wrong side of such a powerful figure in Hollywood? The same goes for Tyler Perry and Steve Harvey. Now, as scrutiny around Diddy intensifies, speculation about Oprah's role in the industry is starting to mount. Despite years of circulating allegations, her power has largely protected her from facing serious legal consequences. In a separate alarming case, a self-proclaimed spiritual healer, known for his ability to channel the spirits of doctors and saints, performed surgeries on individuals using only his bare hands and scissors. John of God, as he was called, not only assaulted hundreds of girls and women ranging from the ages of 9 to 67, but also victimized his own family, including his daughter and granddaughter. In addition, he was implicated in a scheme selling newborns to childless couples for $50,000, all while maintaining a facade as a spiritual healer to numerous celebrities. Hollywood has always been a hotbed for scandals and exploitation, often involving some of its most prominent figures. Diddy's case is just the latest in a long line of allegations against powerful individuals who are accused of using their influence to manipulate and take advantage of others. In the heart of Hollywood, caution is essential. When a group returned from the glitzy scene, they recounted a shocking revelation. They sat down to share, saying, "You won't believe what we witnessed." When asked for details, they responded, "We saw so-and-so, a huge name, and another big name, behaving inappropriately at a party." Confused, one person asked, "What do you mean by chicken hawking?" The others laughed, pointing out, "He's white. He doesn't know what that means." In this context, chicken hawking referred to older men who were inappropriately pursuing young boys and transvestites. On his podcast, Joe Rogan touched on Oprah's immense influence in the industry, suggesting she wields the power to shape narratives and silence those who oppose her. Rumors have circulated about her possible involvement in some of Diddy's alleged crimes, although no solid evidence has surfaced. These claims hint at a broader network of influential figures who may have exploited their power for personal gain. Federal authorities have implicated Oprah Winfrey in the Diddy case, linking her to allegations of human trafficking. In what appears to be a desperate move to escape accountability, reports suggest that Oprah attempted to overdose. Her close friend Gayle King shared an update, revealing that Oprah is currently hospitalized, which many speculate is an effort to avoid facing the serious charges looming over her. Meanwhile, Oprah's public relations team is working tirelessly, claiming that her hospital stay is due to complications from the weight loss drug OIC. However, unsettling reports have emerged alleging that Oprah was involved in harvesting children in Hawaii for their supposed anti-aging properties. Speculation is mounting that she may leave the hospital with a disability, which could silence her permanently regarding the accusations of trafficking children from her African school and exploiting kids in Hawaii for high-profile elites. With Diddy now facing legal repercussions, some are wondering if the long-standing allegations against Oprah will finally come to light. It's a heartbreaking reality for child victims, who often find themselves targeted by someone they know, a predator who may be someone they admire, respect, or even love. For such abuse to occur, it often involves a figure within their trusted circle. The confusion surrounding abuse is especially profound for children. Years ago, when someone first pointed this out, many dismissed the idea as absurd, clinging to the more overt images of sexual assault, being violently thrown against a wall, for instance. However, the reality is far more insidious. As this person had insisted for years, if an abuser is skilled, their actions may go unnoticed. The victim could be caught up in the situation without even realizing it, feeling as though they are complicit in the experience. This dynamic is often reflected in Hollywood, where despite denials of involvement in any wrongdoing, rumors have circulated for years about individuals enabling or shielding some of the industry's worst behaviors. While terms like sexual abuse may not be explicitly used, there's an underlying implication that something inappropriate is happening. In a related incident, John Samuel reacted swiftly upon hearing allegations against Tiny Mulo, removing him from the campus immediately. The news hit hard, leaving many devastated and shaken to the core. Within an hour of learning about the situation, one individual reached out to Dr. Bruce Perry, the founder of the Child Trauma Academy in Houston, Texas. Dr. Perry explained that U.S. law mandates reporting any suspicion of child abuse to Child Protective Services. He advised that it would be wise to verify whether similar laws exist in South Africa, which prompted him to do just that. An attorney involved in the Diddy case has hinted at the possibility of more high-profile figures being implicated in the scandal, although their names remain undisclosed. This revelation has sent shockwaves through Hollywood, as many are concerned that the exposure of these individuals could have devastating consequences for the industry. While there will inevitably be some false claims and distractions from individuals with ulterior motives, the team is focused on identifying and vetting those with legitimate, credible allegations. Currently, they are representing around 120 individuals from 25 different states, all bringing forward claims of misconduct that span over a 25-year period. This isn't a new issue. It was known that people were flown in for exclusive parties and were paid cash to attend these gatherings. Many were approached at clubs, concerts, or even on the street, receiving invitations to these events. Among those involved, there's also a more troubling aspect. Young aspiring artists, eager to make their mark in the entertainment industry, are often lured in with promises of stardom. The attorney has described the evidence as highly incriminating, suggesting it could potentially ruin careers and tarnish reputations if made public. The topic of their sex life inevitably comes up when discussing an open relationship, which implies an active sexual dynamic. Multiple sources have confirmed that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith maintain such an arrangement. Jada herself has openly acknowledged this, mentioning that they engage in threesomes with various celebrities, some of whom are even named in her book. However, the question of whether to confront Will Smith about it is another matter entirely. That's not something he's inclined to pursue. When it comes to Jamie Foxx, though, the situation feels different. There's curiosity about his involvement, and a search for relevant details was underway. "Could you pull that up for me?" he asked, eager to share what he had found. "I want to show you something. But first, who's this from?" Meanwhile, Oprah Winfrey's school in Africa was once celebrated as a revolutionary educational endeavor. However, it has since faced its fair share of controversies, including allegations of mistreatment and misconduct. Oprah personally selected the students, which has raised concerns about her level of oversight and the troubling incidents that have unfolded since the school's establishment. Oprah Winfrey had a vision for girls' education in South Africa that was both ambitious and personal. "I'm going to travel village to village personally with a team to pull young girls out of their homes, girls who would never have dreamed of getting an education," she declared. In many parts of Africa, being a girl often means being treated as a second-class citizen. Oprah aimed to change that by offering these young women the chance to attend her school and become future leaders of Africa. "I'm building this girls' academy one brick at a time," she emphasized. When asked if the idea was solely hers, or if she was modeling it after successful programs elsewhere, she confidently replied, "It's all my idea. I believe that education is freedom. It saved my life, and I want to use that to save others. That's my contribution." Oprah explained that her foundation supports various initiatives, but her primary focus is always on education. "I try to use whatever resources I have to educate people," she stated. Her passion for this mission left her listeners in awe. "I can't believe you're this serious," one person responded, struggling to find the right words. "It's tremendous. God bless you for doing that. Thank you for being so dedicated." Yet, this new initiative was not without controversy, as Diddy's arrest draws increased attention to the actions of influential figures in the entertainment industry. Memories of Oprah Winfrey's 2007 initiative resurface. That year, she opened a boarding school in South Africa, complete with salons and gyms. However, allegations have emerged suggesting that the academy may have served a more troubling purpose. Reports indicated that the young girls chosen to attend the school, selected primarily for their physical attributes, were allegedly being prepared for undesirable circumstances. It wasn't long before concerns arose about the treatment of these girls, with claims that an employee was involved in inappropriate behavior, potentially conditioning them for future exploitation. Authorities took notice when accusations surfaced against the employee, who faced multiple charges related to misconduct. Investigations suggested that some of the girls may have been systematically targeted in a deeply concerning manner. Oprah publicly stated her intention to address these issues, but following her internal inquiry, the employee was cleared of any wrongdoing. This led to speculation that there may have been attempts to conceal the troubling incidents. The controversy surrounding the school deepened with the heartbreaking discovery of a newborn baby found unresponsive on the premises, further fueling rumors of improper activities connected to the institution. Comedian Trevor Noah has used his sharp humor to address some of the troubling realities surrounding Oprah's school in South Africa, striking a balance between highlighting serious issues and keeping the tone light. He jokingly remarked on how Oprah flew in on her private jet to establish what turned out to be the most expensive school in Africa, with an investment of $50 million. With state-of-the-art facilities, computers, and equipment, it seemed like a dream come true, though not everything was up to par, especially when it came to staffing. Noah humorously pointed out the scandals that have plagued the school, suggesting that Oprah may not have been the best judge of character when hiring. He quipped about the shocking incidents reported at the school, where students sometimes faced harsh disciplinary measures for minor infractions. "Mavis, did you do your homework? No? Well, then you're going to get a consequence," he joked, emphasizing how these situations became all too common. With Oprah's name attached to the school, it seemed that everyone involved was held to a higher standard. The revelations surrounding the school have shocked the public, sparking serious concerns about the unchecked influence Oprah and her associates wield within the industry. While there are ongoing conspiracy theories regarding some students going missing, there's no confirmation of such claims. However, the troubling reports, like the recent allegations and the discovery of a newborn found in a student's belongings, have raised eyebrows and left many feeling uneasy about the environment at Oprah's institution. Amid the controversy, Diddy's arrest has emboldened others to speak out against powerful figures like Oprah. With the once untouchable shield around such individuals starting to crumble, there's a growing belief that even someone as influential as Oprah may no longer be beyond scrutiny. Noah questioned why so many girls from the school seem to have vanished without explanation. "Where are those girls who graduated from your all-girls school in Africa? Why isn't anyone discussing this?" he asked, expressing frustration over the lack of coverage on such significant issues. As the conversation continued to unfold, Noah encouraged everyone to engage and share information. The plight of the girls from Oprah's school should not be forgotten, and he emphasized the importance of bringing these matters to light. With ongoing discussions and public interest, the hope is that the truth will eventually surface. And that's all for this video. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.